But we are going to do this kind of with we've done this before where, we just kind of do like an in-house show and just kind of randomly have a little bit of a talk show. Not bringing a guest in from outside today, so you'll probably hear some voices that you recognize me saying here that help out on the radio a lot, and that's kind of going to be the format for today. So I actually kind of like doing this. I've said we should do this once in a while, and today is that day. Bit of an in-house show here on WJOP Radio, so I am excited about that. A lot going on in the news today. Let's start with the Merrimack Valley. 1 week ago today, it was about almost exactly 1 week ago now, a couple hours away, I think, but it was Thursday afternoon of last week that the Merrimack Valley saw gas explosions and gas fires kind of create a bunch of chaos in the Merrimack Valley, Lawrence, North Andover, and Andover. And so pretty amazing that has already been a week. I guess as slow as this week has seemed, that seems like it was just yesterday. But yeah, full week has gone by. Still a lot to do on the comeback trail. If you go into those communities, the tough thing is like all these businesses are still shut down right now and not ready to open up for various reasons. But what a tough thing to have to deal with, these business owners, especially restaurants and stuff that aren't able to open up here for another weekend. So very sad in the Merrimack Valley. Probably not surprisingly, and I guess this is a little bit humorous, even though it's not. If you really think about it, it's not that funny. But kind of probably not surprising, I guess is the way to put it. Columbia Gas had proposed a rate hike to go into effect, and they decided to pull that back last night. They will not be doing a rate hike, so probably expected. But yeah, the Merrimack Valley still very much in the comeback trail. Tough situation there for a lot of people who had homes destroyed and stuff. And I know there's a lot of GoFundMe accounts out there. I know somebody whose home got, I believe, completely destroyed. So yeah, and it feels like everybody seems to have known somebody who was affected by that in the Merrimack Valley around here. So good luck to all those families as they come back. And obviously in these situations, the good thing to see is that the communities and the neighbors and all that's you get a lot of help, a lot of good people coming together to help out. So the Merrimack Valley, think about them today. 1 week since the gas fires and explosions. So. Again, almost exactly 1 week. That was Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. That happened last week. So that is that. The other big story today, that Supreme Court nominee, the would-be Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, if he's nominated. That story is just it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out with the woman accusing him of sexual assault there from back when they were teenagers. It's interesting because I have a younger cousin who was asking me today, like much younger, but he was kind of asking me about what the justices do, and it's interesting. I think people are kind of learning, especially the very young people are kind of getting thrown into this a lot, and you kind of learn about how big of a role they play and some of the decisions they make, and the swing votes and how big of a difference a justice can make, and obviously Kavanaugh is a conservative-leaning justice, so it'll be a lot of opposition from the liberal side, obviously, on him, but it's interesting to see these things that obviously that has nothing to do with a serious thing like a sexual assault that he is accused of. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. It looks like they're going to have a Monday hearing to discuss this, get them both in the same room. The woman here wants a investigation first, so we'll see how that plays out. They have given her a deadline of tomorrow to give written testimony, so we will see if that comes or not. But I don't know. It's a very, very big position, obviously, being a Supreme Court justice, and obviously that's why these things get such big publicity when these stories come out, and it's why the whole country immediately turns a look and focuses in on these stories, and it is why it's such a big story. So we'll see how this all plays out. I know you can't really miss this story wherever you go, but we'll see how the Brett Kavanaugh thing plays out. I know even President Trump, who sometimes can jump the gun and be kind of emotional about these things, said he's very curious to see what Kavanaugh's accuser has to say here, in hopes that she will take the stand on Monday and speak so the nation can hear her, and we'll see. So he was reserving judgment, which I thought was good, but we'll see how it all plays out. Another shooting today in Baltimore. A few people killed. I didn't actually see the last number. I meant to check right before I came in, but I know that was still kind of an active situation. Just outside of Baltimore, there was a shooting at near a Rite Aid. Details I know have been kind of slow to come in this afternoon, but it's another shooting. There seems to be. It's funny. People are so whatever that word is. The word's escaping me, but so desensitized, I guess, is the word to these things. And it's another you listen to it on the news, and it's another shooting near Baltimore, and then you kind of move on to the next thing. But gun violence continues to be a problem in this country, and it was today in Baltimore. That was like a few shootings in 24 hours in Baltimore. A couple police officers were involved too, actually in the city. Again, the most recent one was just outside the city, but so it was a very, very serious day, I guess, in the news. So as you can tell, there were a lot of those kinds of stories. So serious Thursday in the news. On the much lighter note, the Red Sox and Yankees. Game 3 tonight in the Bronx. Red Sox, I am very worried about these guys. As good as they have been all year, 100-plus wins already. They're going to be one of the best, maybe the best, probably the best Red Sox team of all time record-wise. And it's amazing how you just can't feel great about them going into the playoffs here. Their bullpen's been struggling. Their starting pitching is not exactly firing on all cylinders right now. And as good as their lineup is, it all comes down to pitching and clutch pitching here this time of year in the playoffs. And I don't know. I just am not feeling good about these guys. I like this team so much, but I feel like they really missed an opportunity going out there to get a reliever at the end of the year, or at the trade deadline, I should say. And they've been finishing the year here without that big-time reliever, and the bullpen's been struggling. It's a bad domino effect. Bullpen blew the first game of this series, and the Red Sox, they still can clinch the East in New York, which is exciting. So they have a chance to do that tonight. The champagne continues to sit on ice. What do you do with the champagne, by the way? Like because they come home for the weekend. So if the Sox do not win tonight in New York, do they bring all the champagne that they're waiting to celebrate? Do they put it on the plane and bring it home, or do they just return it to the liquor store? I don't know. These are the things I think about. Oh, and actually, speaking of the Red Sox, and again, that game's tonight. Eduardo Rodriguez on the hill. Tough one first Tanaka, first the Yankees too. We'll see if the Red Sox can clinch the AL East. Did you see the absolute clowns that found the Red Sox AL East champions banner that apparently fell off a truck on the highway, and these guys ran after it, picked it up, realized it was a very official banner that probably could only belong to the Red Sox. Turns out it did belong to the Red Sox. These guys, they said they were big Red Sox fans, but of course they tried to negotiate their way to get something in return for the banner, and the Red Sox were kind of turned off by that a little bit, and they essentially said, yeah, no, we're good. We'll just make a new one. If you're not going to give it to us, we're not going to pay you or, give you playoff tickets or whatever else they wanted. But, man, these guys went on television and spoke to the Globe and spoke to a bunch of stations, and they were just like, I don't know. Go watch the video if you can. You can make your own opinions, but these guys were, I don't know. They didn't represent Boston or Red Sox Nation very well, I didn't think. Very funny to watch, though. It's very good entertainment value, so go check that story out if you want. It's the banner has been returned. Red Sox said, you'll get nothing. Goodbye. Thank you. The thing is, too, Red Sox probably would have done something if they just returned it in good faith, but I think they just annoyed the whole organization. So there is that. And as I hit on a bunch of headlines here to start, my final one I do want to say today is the Massachusetts Broadcasters Hall of Fame induction. Very exciting day. There's a bunch of names that you know. I won't list them all right now, but one I do want to talk about is a former coworker of mine, Lana Jones, who's getting inducted posthumously here. She was a reporter at WBZ Radio, died in April, and very unexpectedly. We were literally expecting her to come to work at WBZ one day, and her husband called and said they were at the hospital and she had passed away. So as you can imagine, that's a very devastating day in the newsroom. But Lana Jones is being inducted into the Hall of Fame today, somebody that I learned a lot from, and so it's pretty cool. I just saw a bunch of coworkers that are giving speeches today. Probably just happened, actually. Very nice speeches from a good friend of mine, Rod Fritz, who introduced Lana's husband. And so very nice day at the Broadcasters Hall of Fame induction. Always an excellent event. And Lana is getting a great honor today. And she's looking down on that good plaque. I just saw the plaque. They did a very nice job with that. It is a tremendous honor. There's some unbelievable talent that has gone through the state in the radio business and the television business. And a great honor for a coworker of mine, former coworker Lana Jones, and who I have talked about before in this show, who we lost all too soon, but it's a good way to remember her today at the Massachusetts Broadcasters Hall of Fame. And congratulations to everybody else who was inducted today. You'll probably see that on the news tonight. There was a lot of big time names, so very good. So we are off and running here. A bit of a long intro from me today, but again, we're going to do a little bit of a behind the scenes show today. And as the station is up and running, our technical difficulties, or not technical difficulties, but technical improvements, I guess, that were happening all day have been finished. So the upgrades are done. So we are having a show, which we weren't sure about earlier. But we're off and running. You can hear us right now on the radio. Watch us on the YouTube stream. Hello, everybody. Hello to everybody on the television. And we'll put together a fun little behind-the-scenes show for you today. Like I said, I like doing this every once in a while. So today is the day. Don't forget to follow us at Joppa Afternoons on Twitter. That's at Joppa, Joppa Afternoons on Twitter. Lexi Foley, radio producer today. Tyler Neufeld is also in the house. David Kramer on the TV side. Maybe we'll hear from everybody today. I don't know. We're going to kind of wing it, but it'll be good. I promise. My name is Drew Moholland. This is Afternoon Drive. Keep it here. Be right back. All right, welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Hope you're all having a good Thursday afternoon. Actually turned into a pretty nice day today. Heard it wasn't going to be a great day, but from what I've seen, it's been pretty nice. I don't know if you'll agree. Tyler Neufeld, how are you today, sir?
Good.
Good. Producer Tyler is guest Tyler today. Lexi Foley on the radio producing today. Good job, Lexi. Can she jump in? You got to put yourself in the picture there, Lexi. There you go. See? No, there you go. Good. We saw a hand. Anyway, a hand of Lexi's. Very good. How you doing, Tyler?
I'm good. It's a Thursday.
It is. Feels close. It feels like a long week, doesn't it?
It feels like a short week for me.
Really? Why?
Because I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
Oh, good for you. So you've already made it to the weekend.
I've made it to almost in 5 hours.
Okay, very good. What's the plan here? You going to New York?
I'm going to New York.
Of course you are.
Very straightforward.
Band or what?
Not band related. I'm going for homecoming.
For homecoming?
And I'm going to surprise my friend on his birthday.
Wow.
He doesn't know.
What a good friend.
But he also might be working.
That's fantastic.
So
excellent. Well, that's good. No band practice then. Do you meet with the band members or?
Am I?
Yeah. Do you meet with the band members at all?
Well, he's in the band.
He is in the band.
So
okay, gotcha. So that's one. How about the rest? Look at you doing producer duty here. You're looking over my shoulder.
Yep. Sorry, one more time. Repeat the question.
Repeat the question. Did you guys get to practice as band at all this weekend, or is this not a work weekend?
It's not a work weekend.
Not a work weekend.
We have a work weekend coming up in potentially 2 weekends.
Okay.
We're trying to record an EP.
Okay.
At a studio in Lower Manhattan.
It's exciting. Who writes the songs?
Our singer writes like half of them. Our other guitarist writes the other half, and then I write my own.
You write your own?
They don't get played.
Oh, really? They're not making the cut right now?
Not making the cut. I feel like early George Harrison, but we'll.
Yes, that's wow. Very good. Good drop right there.
I'll have the good solo career.
His career ended up okay, so.
Yeah, he did well.
He did all right. Yes, he's great, isn't he? I was actually listening to some George Harrison last night. It's fantastic.
Me too.
Were you really?
Oh, yeah.
I was listening to, and actually it carried into this morning a little bit, where I pulled up the that epic Hall of Fame performance there with Prince and Petty and George Harrison's son came on stage. And have you ever seen that performance?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, that's epic. You
is
got
it
to see
the
that.
one
where Prince just kind of walks out.
Is that the one where he throws the guitar? Yeah, okay. I've seen that.
Which is fantastic. You know the backstory on that. So Jeff Lynne was the ELO guitarist. He's he's the guy with the beard, and he's singing a little bit with Petty at the beginning. He's kind of on the far side of the stage, and Prince. Oh, Probably not that. Prince was a little bit his own drummer. Marched the beat of his own drummer a little bit, but
his own thing.
But the backstory on that is he and I read about this I think when Tom Petty died. I remember reading about this. But so Lynne, who's also kind of his own personality, I guess, was there, and they were all rehearsing one day, and Prince shows up and. Lynn kind of takes the main solo there. and does this thing with it. It's very nice, perfectly fine. But Tom Petty's up there, and he's kind of the guy, the middleman between everybody. Petty was friends with everybody, and he's like, God, we got Prince up here on stage. I have Prince on stage, and he's not taking a guitar solo. That can't be right. We got to find a way to get Prince involved. So they kind of Petty kind of tries to orchestrate something. Lynn just kind of does what he did the first time anyway, and they just kind of do it. So he goes over. He goes, I'll take care of this. I'll fix this. And Prince looks at Petty and goes, listen, don't worry. I'm not offended. It's fine. He can play the solo there. Don't worry about it. I'll show up here tomorrow or whenever it was. I'll show up here for the gig. I'll do my thing, and it'll be great. Don't worry about it. So Petty goes, okay. So they go to the show, and they start doing it, and they're doing their thing, and Lynn takes the first solo, and they get to it, and all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, Prince had come on stage and just rips into this solo and just goes off for 5 minutes, and they just start kind of just singing the same thing for 5 minutes as Prince is just doing this miraculous guitar solo, and George Harrison's son's there, and you can see actually when Prince walks on stage, you can see George Harrison's son, who was very young at the time, who's just kind of strumming the chords on acoustic, and he knows that they hadn't rehearsed anything, so he just sees Prince come out and starts ripping into this thing, and you can see Harrison's face just kind of light up, oh my. And it's just a great moment. You could tell that they, I never practiced it, and of course it ended up being this legendary performance. So I don't know, I always like that story. I read it, I think, around the time Tom Petty died, and I just loved it. A couple, two. Let's see, when did I see him? There was an anniversary. It was more than a year, I guess, just a couple weeks ago, because it was the end of summer. I actually went to his last show in Boston. I got a very cool picture of it, actually. I'll show you. I was pretty close to the stage for Tom's final show there. I'm gonna pull it up, but yeah, you ever see him?
I never saw him. No.
Yeah, you a fan?
I just know the hits for Tom Petty.
Well, there's a lot of them. If you just know the hits, then you know 20 songs. Let's see, where can I find
the big
that?
hits, 3 or 4 songs.
I bet you know more. I guarantee you know more than 3 or 4.
Recognize a few more.
I can almost guarantee it. I probably shouldn't do this on the radio. I'll find this at another point here during the show. But I'll promise I'll show it to you. But I had a really good photo, actually. I was very happy. It was one of those shows late summer where I was thinking about going to Maine. And long story short, I was running a little behind for the weekend. So you know what? I'm just going to stick around home. I think I'll go into Boston tonight. Went in with my cousin at the last minute. Tom Petty in Boston. And I'm so happy I did, because it would be the last. He died just weeks later. So it would have been it was the last chance to see him, and it was a great show too. It was fine form for Tom Petty. So, but yeah, there you go. Good applause. Dispatch is in town. You know Dispatch a little bit, right? We've talked about them before.
We've talked. I feel like I think that's more you're in David's age group.
Yeah. Well, yeah, kinda. I don't know.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it is. It's definitely prime for me. But tonight I'm actually going tomorrow.
There you go.
There you go. Pavilion. You've never been to the Pavilion. Yeah, that's right.
No,
I'll take a picture for you. I'll show you how cool that place is.
Where is it again?
Right in South Boston, right on the seaport.
All right.
Water. You're going across the Tobin Bridge into the city.
Which one's the Tobin?
Which one's the Tobin? Come on.
Born in Boston, lived here my whole life.
The big one, the one that crosses the river.
You know the Zeekum Bridge.
Okay, so yeah, you can see the Zakum from the Tobin. The Tobin's the one you see the garden from you see it from the Zakum too. But if you're going Route 1 north, you'd probably go the Tobin.
Is that the 2-layer one?
Yes. There you go. It's the 2-layer one.
Okay.
Yes. So if you're going north of Boston if you're going from here into the city, you take Route 1, and Route 1 merges into the Tobin. So that's the Tobin. Okay. And if you're on the Tobin Bridge, looking at the garden, if you look along the water, you stay along the water, and you'll see a big tent along the waterway down there, and that is the Pavilion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
I know you're talking about.
It's small but great.
Small Big Ten.
Small places are cool, aren't they? You must like playing small venues.
I do. We've played only small venues. So.
Yes, yeah. You're probably looking forward to playing big venues at some point.
It'd be nice sometime. Well, as long as they're filled.
Yeah.
If they're empty, it's not really.
Yeah.
We're playing. The week is Thanksgiving the 3rd Thursday of the month, right?
I think so. Yeah, third Thursday, right? Is that right? Yeah. Yes.
Let me check that. So I think that's.
I'm so bad with that stuff.
I know, right?
First month, oh my god, yeah. But 3rd Thursday.
I think it's the 3rd Thursday, so that means sometime early 20s of November. I am off today, and we're playing a show. I think the next week at, I think it's called like Arlene's Grocery?
Arlene's Grocery.
Grocery? I don't know if it was a grocery store, if that's just a name.
And it's like a club?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I've never been.
The band has just told you to show up and you said yes.
I was like, yeah, I'll do it, whatever. I'll be there. I have no idea. We've tried to get in there before, and they told us no. Like, you haven't played anywhere. Get out of here. You have no material. We don't know who you are. It's like, okay.
That's funny.
But
you're looking. Is that like the next scheduled gig? You guys have a little hiatus until then.
Yeah, I'm trying to get us a gig as well in Paterson, New Jersey.
Well, Paterson, New Jersey. That's I believe that's the town that Reuben Hurricane Carter is from. Do you know Reuben Hurricane Carter?
Nope.
No. Good. You know the Bob Dylan song, "The Hurricane."
Yeah. Oh, that's him?
That's him.
Oh, okay.
This is the story of the hurricane, the man the authorities came to. Yeah, that's the one. But that song is about him. A great book. Good movie. Denzel played Reuben Carter, Denzel Washington. And yeah, but yeah, he passed away about 5 years ago too. Maybe more than that now. But yeah, he passed away a free man. So yeah, Paterson, New Jersey. I think that's where what was the connection? Is that where he was from? Or I think that might have been where the murder that he was accused of was. I think.
I'll look it up later.
There you go. I think I'm right on that. But yeah, Paterson, New Jersey. I think that's why that's in my head. A lot of reading mentions today, apparently. I know it's one of those days.
It's so good. I mean, I've spent a lot of time the past week learning about like 19th century senators. Just not very interesting, but just bored.
Yeah.
Or like presidents like Polk.
Yeah.
And Zachary Taylor.
You a big reader?
I try to be.
That's good. I used to read more. It's funny. I think because I don't do as many books anymore, just because it's like I'm at work. All I'm doing is reading news stories. So it's like I read all day.
Yeah, you're like.
I don't really go home and read a book. I like doing it like up in Maine when I literally can just do it for fun.
Yeah, relax, just pass the time.
But after reading all day at work, then if you're in a newsroom, you're always reading stories and reading. So it's like it's a lot of reading for a day.
It's too much.
Look what I found. That was the final Tom Petty in Boston show right there. Pretty cool picture, right? That's him waving. Right in the middle. Here you go. You can see. Let's see if that translates. I don't know. Maybe. I'll retweet it on Twitter. It's kind of close. The black and white, I think, makes it tough.
Maybe I can find that and put it up.
Yeah, and see, I can retweet it from the site too because I have it on the Twitter account. So that is that. What else is new? Anything good?
I have been trying to sell all my musical equipment.
No, I think you said that last time you were on.
I've made more sales.
You need more sales.
But yeah, same thing.
You can promote it here. What do you get for sale?
I don't think I can promote things here.
No, you can't. It's not really promoting.
I think it is.
All right, fine.
I won't.
Sarah said no. Okay.
No, there's that.
I should buy a guitar if you. I need a new acoustic guitar.
Me too.
You do?
I need I've never had a really nice one.
Me neither. I never felt like I needed one, but I was playing my sister's the other night, and it's like the one I have is nice, and the people who like guitars actually really like it. It's an old Yamaha. I think we talked about that before. I think you had a Yamaha at one point.
I still have a Yamaha.
You do, yeah. They're great. But it's funny though. It's at the point where like, and maybe you can probably fix this, but I'm not exactly sure how. But you strum it and you don't notice it. But like I played my sister's. She's got kind of a nicer guitar, and hers just like rings out a lot more, which I kind of like. Just more powerful sounding, you know.
Do you remember what model it is?
I don't.
I mean,
why? What's your theory here?
Well, a lot of it is people will get into a lot of arguments about wood in resonance with electric guitars and whether it matters or not. But for acoustic guitars, it does because that's what's vibrating and shooting the sounds back out. So a lot of like the Yamaha guitars I've had have been plywood or what is it called? I guess it's plywood. Laminated, that's as well. Similar thing.
Gotcha.
And it cuts down, it makes it sturdier, but it's not as resonant. So that could be an issue. Some of the braces could be loose. Issue. If there's any warping that might affect it.
Yeah.
Those are all very expensive repairs.
Interesting. So. Well, I don't really feel like paying for anything either. Not that I'm playing for like major audiences, but when you get the campfire crowd going, it's nice to have a nice.
Yeah, it's also nice for yourself just to have something that resonates.
Yeah.
Resonates.
Maybe I should invest. I'm probably at a point where I can invest. All my guitars have always been like hand-me-downs from my dad and stuff. He's a musician, so that's not bad. But.
No, I mean, you can still get some, like go on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Go to a public place and meet up and
there you go.
Test it out, and if you really like it, buy it. But I've gotten some good stuff off Craigslist.
It's good to know. I never made a music purchase off Craigslist. I've bought like golf things off Craigslist before. It's worked out.
It works well. I mean, I bought things, I've sold things on Craigslist.
I remember that was one of your last stories, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, eBay. But I bought the synthesizer originally off Craigslist.
Gotcha.
Flipped it.
You liking the fall weather?
I love the fall weather. I've got my jacket.
I saw that.
I don't usually wear this because.
Yeah, is that your name on there?
Yeah, it's like a 5-year-old jacket. It's from high school.
That's
I'm
good.
that kid wearing the high school stuff.
Look at that, Newburyport in caps and Newfoundland caps, all right in the same thing.
Yep. All my clothes are dirty except these.
These are the final clothes that are left. Yeah.
So.
The life of a college kid back home.
Post-grad.
Yeah, that's right. Post-grad. You're still college though. You're kind of like that first summer. It's for me. It's still.
I'll find once I.
You haven't quite hit the real world yet.
Once I'll figure it out. We'll get there.
That's good. Did I hear you're looking to move to New York?
Yeah.
Am I not supposed to say that? Did Mom?
No.
Okay.
Okay. I think we said it. I thought it was a joke.
No, but I thought I heard her. Sarah said she sees you going to New York at some point.
Oh yeah. I mean, besides this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, to stay for a while.
A couple of years.
Could you live in the city?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If I could.
I always say I could never live in New York City. I love the city. I do. But it's like a visiting place for me. Like the hustle and bustle, I think would get to me a little bit.
I was just having this conversation with someone else that came in here. Where in New York have you been?
I'm like probably as touristy as it gets. I'm like the
Midtown.
Midtown, lower and upper, right? Lower, Midtown, and upper. Those three I've been.
Upper East Side, Upper West Side. Is what you're saying as well?
I guess, yeah. Well, no, like because the downtown is you have like Broadway, which is like the touristy central. That's like that's like Midtown, right?
Well, part of Broadway because Broadway's huge.
Yeah, I pretty much meant to all.
Okay. All Midtown. So like
that's
what have you done?
We've done Broadway shows. We've done Madison Square Garden. We've done all that stuff. Okay. But then I've done downtown near like more like on the water. That's downtown, right? Down on the water there.
Well.
Okay, so this is
I'm trying not to be pretentious, but like you have the Hudson, you have the East River, and then there's like if you go all.
I've done both of those. Okay, I've been to both.
Okay, so that could be at any point as well.
Okay,
but if you stay in the area, it's probably Midtown. I feel like because a lot of the people that
I usually stay in Midtown.
Okay, so now you'd probably do stuff on the rivers in Midtown.
Yeah,
but a lot like have you been to Soho or?
Yes, once. Great. Yep. So it is great.
Yeah. So it can be touristy as well, but
yep.
Greenwich Village is great. Lower East Side's great.
I've never done Greenwich Village. I've heard I should. Yeah.
Really nice.
Yep.
Especially if you like a lot of that like folk scene that Bob Dylan was in like the early 60s.
I would like that. So yeah.
Nice. They have a lot of comedy clubs as well. Mm-hmm. Comedy Tellers there.
Yeah.
Which is free if you get there.
So this is a big hangout for you.
It's a special treat. Fordham is about like 15 to 16 miles away from there.
Gotcha.
Not more. I walked there once.
Oh wow! Greenwich Village to Fordham, other way around.
Yeah, and I walked to Soho, which is below the village, and then I walked back up to Grand Central. Took the train home. It was like 18 or 20 miles.
Cool.
Good day.
That's good. Yeah, but still, like, I don't know. I always like if you walk it anywhere you walk in, it just feels busier, doesn't it? Like Boston is a big city, but it is kind of a small city feel.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Yeah. But there are small city bits where it's very quiet, but at the same time, you still feel like you're in. You're in New York. Like you look over and you can see, like, oh, there's the more World Trade Center. You see more than the Empire State Building, but you'll see things. Or what is it, 432 Park Ave? That huge.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, Tetris-looking piece.
Nice move there. That's good. As your World Trade Center, I did that last time I was in New York. I did the memorial for the first time, which was it's very, very moving actually. Just that they did an unbelievable job there with the waterfall tribute or whatever you call that. But it's very. I know it's funny. You walk around, you wonder what everybody's story is there. Everybody's thinking about something when they walk through, and I think you see some people getting emotional when you're walking around, and you wonder if they're family members, and you're tempted to ask, but. You don't, but it's a beautiful, certainly a beautiful thing they did there. And I remember last time you were on for an extended period like this was the 9/11 anniversary. I remember you saying that you barely remember it, which made me feel so old, but
no recollection really.
Yeah, I mean, I was young, so I think I was, what did I say I was? A freshman in high school? Yeah. So that makes you tough memory age, but
5 years old.
And then we got into, if I remember correctly, Bare Naked Ladies, and you didn't even realize how many Bare Naked Ladies songs you knew.
Yeah, and then after you left, there was even more.
Yeah, I told you there would be. I actually listened to a little bit I went right up to Maine that day, and I listened to a little bit, and I said, huh. Interesting listening today to Bare Naked Ladies. Won't do that again for a long time, but once in a while.
Once in a while, treat yourself.
That's right. Again, Tyler Newfill here, off producer duties today, being our guest here for a little bit, as we do a little bit of a behind the scenes. So, how are things behind the scenes? You guys got a football game tomorrow night, right?
We do. We have a football game.
Friday night football.
I won't be there, but David will be there. Lexi, you're going to be there, right? Mm-hmm. Lexi will be there. We'll have. I don't know if I'm.
No, go for it.
I think we're having Tom Goodwin. Or maybe it's Tom Gustafson. I'm not sure which Tom's coming.
Could have both of them.
We could have both. We're having I forget his last name.
You know Lexi? Joe's last name?
I don't.
Nope.
I know we have Alex Parr.
Alex Parr is coming. We have Andrew. Andrew's coming. We have,
let's see.
Sarah will be,
of course,
presiding. We have Sarah Brocher coming to do the 3-play.
Oh, good.
Richie, Wynn.
Actually, Richie's off.
He's off?
Yeah, because they actually asked me if I could jump in, and I thought I could.
Oh, yes.
But I have the dispatch show tomorrow night.
Okay.
Which I forgot that I was going to with my wife. I actually, want to know what's funny about that? I went to, this is actually concert talk here on my phone right now. That's what you're hearing in the background. The message. My family does not pay attention to me sometimes. They know I'm on the radio, and they're texting like crazy right now.
What's interesting is also, I think it's an age thing. You have text tones and like ringtones and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Mine's a vibrate. Is yours? Yeah,
Yeah, I mean mine should be. I usually do have it on. I thought it was on vibrate. Certainly when I come on the radio.
Yeah, but like David, same thing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Sarah has it. My dad, my mom. It's a bit older too, but.
Did you just call me old again? Jeez. Enough of you. We're bringing in another guest. No, but that's funny. But so yeah, we're going no Richie tomorrow. And I was going to fill in. I had forgot about the show.
Gotta go to the concert.
Yes. Yeah, so it's a busy fall for whatever reason. My wife and I end up going to a lot of shows. And we went to last weekend. Who did we see? We went to awesome show last weekend. We went to the festival at the farm in Canton. Which is
you were talking about
the guy I know actually produces the show. Unbelievable stories, by the way, on how these shows, what it's like to put on a festival. Like they work all year. It's a whole year project for a whole week for just one weekend. But they had Amos Lee, who's you would like him probably. I don't know. I think you would like him. Most people I introduced to him really like him, especially people who know their music. But he's just an unbelievable voice. He's got touring behind a new album, but it's just you can walk right up to the stages, and he was the main act. So
is he kind of folky?
Very folky, yeah. Folky, but also he's got like some like kind of Boys to Men roots too, that like kind of little jam, but but it's not Boys. It's not anywhere close to that. But it's just his voice is just like that powerful, soulful voice, But yeah, I'll play some stuff before we go. But so Amos Lee played, and he was just awesome. Best I've seen him, and I've seen him quite a few times, and it was like as good as I've seen him in a long time. Beautiful night, beautiful venue, nice up and close, not that packed, and it was just fantastic. So, but I thought Dispatch was last weekend too. I thought that the Friday was Dispatch and the Saturday was Amos Lee, so I knew that was a busy weekend. I screwed it up. Dispatch is actually this Friday, which is why I thought I could do the football game, but as it turns out, I can't. I'm going to Dispatch tomorrow, and then you have the problem of not turning down the phone when you think you had. Turn down the phone.
It's okay.
So, yeah, I know.
You're forgiven.
I feel like my father lost control of the phone. Sorry, Dad. Just kidding. But yeah, so yeah, the big concert time of year for me. I like it.
Yeah, fall
crisp.
Everyone does their they do their big summer tours and their big all the summer festivals, but then you can go and see. They're winding down.
How do you control it? I don't know. Somebody needs to stop this. It's on mute. Why does it still ring?
On the side.
Yeah.
It is. It's down. Mute. Good.
It could be broken too.
It could be broken. I think my phone's broken. I think we've learned this on the show today.
What do you have? How old is it?
It's actually old. I was thinking about that today. That I guess we're on to the iPhone 10 now.
10s.
10s. Is that what we're on?
What is it? What is it called?
It's the XS.
X.
10XS.
XS.
So,
XS. Yeah, we don't need it anymore.
So this is the best phone that I've ever had. Certainly the most longest. This is the iPhone 6.
Oh, I
How
had the
about that,
iPhone
huh?
6 when it came out, and it was old, so I had it for 3 years, and I got this thing, which I hate.
Really?
I hate
Which one's
this
that?
thing. This is not an iPhone.
Oh,
It is the Samsung Galaxy S8. It was awesome. Do I have a timer?
is that a big crack on it?
It does. I broke the screen twice.
Yep.
First time I dropped it doing...
You don't.
I was just listening to music and I dropped it and I picked it up and it was cracked. And the second time I was walking around my campus and there was this kid that needed to be walked home and I was walking him home. In the process of walking...
Kind of want to know more about that story.
We're not going to talk about it. But he needed to be walked home. And I went to check. Someone was like, "Where are you?" And I went to check my phone and I accidentally threw it. And then I tried to catch it and I kicked it. And then it landed on its face and it cracked.
Wow.
And then I haven't replaced the screen since.
So this thing I've had for however many years. I got it right when it came out, and I have not.
4 years.
There's been no reason to get a new one. I drop this thing probably once a day, like a good drop, like probably once a day. It just happens. I don't know. I'm always moving and stuff. I drop it. It's been run over by a car.
Oh.
It has been dropped in a pool. It has been, and the car one was really dicey. I was like, all right, that's got to be it, right? Like literally run over, like directly, bad timing, tailgating in a concert.
You ran over it, or
No, it was somebody pulling out. Yeah, somebody was moving the car
As you
to get a
dropped
better tailgate location, and so we kind of moved out of the way. I dropped it, and it just happened to, very bad timing, just happened right in front of me. Everybody watched it. Oh wow, that was weird,
Like, oh.
and perfectly fine, and has never stopped.
doing his thing.
It's unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
great. Best phone I've ever had.
How's the battery life though on it now?
It's still pretty good. It's
Really?
like once it gets down to like 20%, it kind of like speeds up and goes down. So I try to keep it charged. But as long as you get it charged pretty good, I mean, I feel like I got just like anybody else.
Will it last you a whole day though?
Whole day. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I don't know. Maybe not. But I use it a lot though too.
Okay.
I'm always doing Twitter stuff and, I'm talking a lot.
I don't know, 4 years for a phone battery is a long time.
It
Like
is.
I had mine 3 years. Same thing. I love mine.
Yeah.
But I had to get rid of it because battery life, it would last 3 hours. I had to bring a charger with me everywhere I went. There was one time I went to a concert in, what was it, Prospect Park in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah.
I actually couldn't get into the concert because I thought I could get into the concert. It was Fleet
Yeah.
Foxes. And the radio station I used to work for, WFUV, they were putting on a production. And I was like, oh, I'll just go and ask my boss if I can show up. And he's like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Okay. So
That's weird.
I stood outside the venue, but it was just a fence so I could hear it.
Just listened.
But my friend he was working, and I needed to like go back home with him.
Yeah.
And then my phone died, and I had to walk around and find a charger, and then go to a bar and plug it in.
Bars tend to have them.
They didn't have it, but it was like a very small neighborhood bar about as big as the space.
Yeah.
And I ended up I watched someone get a job, which was great.
Wow.
Someone was like, "Oh, I really hate working as a bartender here." I was like, "Hey, what do you do? Like, what do you want to do?" And they're like, "Oh, this is what I want to do." And they're like, "Hey, I'm looking for someone. Here's my card. Call me."
Beautiful.
It's great.
That's great. I get a lot of tickets on my phone. Like I very rarely get hard tickets anymore. So, you get the Ticketmaster thing. They send it to your phone. You go in, you scan it, and you go in. And I remember one day I was going to a show and my phone was dying. And I had like 2%. And like I said, once it gets low, it starts going. So I got the tickets pulled up. I got it off because I want to save as much as I can. I remember like sprinting up to the guy. Yeah, I got it scanned just in time. It died like right as they scanned the second one. I was like, she in? That was my wife. It would have been weird if I was in and she wasn't. But yeah, very interesting. I just realized we got to take a break. We've lost control of the time here. I'm doing the crazy show today, crazy format. We got Tyler in as the guest. Lexi's doing a good job producing. David on the TV side. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with Tyler. Maybe we'll have Sarah join you too. I think Sarah's got a lot going on. Might need to. Sometimes it's fun to have her in for 10 minutes. Bring her in.
Yeah.
You got a seat for her there?
Yeah, I'll give her the big one.
Oh, very sweet of you. Be right back. Much more Afternoon Drive in just a moment. My name is Drew Moholland. This is Joppa Radio. All right. Welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. Some musical chairs here as we bring in another guest. Now we have this. I'm very excited about this, actually. This is the first time I think this has happened. I could be wrong. But would you want to see the shot there, guys? Look at the good producers. Here they go. Other camera? Don't move it. Okay, hang on. There you go. See, I'm in control of the things now. I got both producers on the other side of me as guests now, which means camera-wise, we could be in trouble. I'm going to try to do the best I can to get us through this with the subtlety of the right hand here. Let's see. There you go. Look good. You guys happy? Producers, good?
That's a better shot.
That's fine. We're fine. Okay. So here we are. Lexi's in the house now. How are you, Lexi?
I'm good.
Thank you for producing our radio show here. And now I'm in control. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this little thing. How you doing?
I'm good.
Make sure you grab that microphone there, just so I can. There you go. Don't be shy. What's new in your life?
Not much. Back to school. It's been 2 or 3 weeks, which
Yep.
is
Feels like an eternity.
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. What are you again? Junior, senior?
I'm a senior.
Senior.
Yeah.
Last year. Crazy.
I'm almost done. I'm so close.
Yeah. Don't rush it. It's a fun year.
You got some months ahead of you.
Yeah.
Tyler said she has months ahead of her. Senior year goes by fast, though, right?
Not fast enough.
Really? You didn't like it?
No, I had fun, but
Yeah.
after you get into school, like all the schools, and even before you decide, you're kind of done, but you're not done.
Yeah. There is a point once you get into the college thing and you're just trying to, I don't know, make sure you don't like really screw up, right?
Yeah. But it does this point till you get into college and stuff, or if you're not going to college.
Yeah.
Once everyone's like deciding like, oh, I'm leaving and stuff.
Yeah.
Then it slows down.
Yeah.
And then it drags.
Are you in full-fledged college search mode right now?
Yes.
Yes.
I've picked out a few already, and I'm working on applying. Film schools are weird though, because it's like all rolling a mission.
Film schools.
Film, yeah.
Wow, very exciting.
Yeah. I'm working on it. I do.
Tyler, I'll ask the questions here, okay? No. I'm just kidding. Good job out of you. So that's why you always have a camera in your hand, I'm guessing. You like the whole idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Good. Good. She's good, isn't she, Tyler? Take the mic. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, she filmed also at the football game. Was it the 7?
Do you do all the football games?
Yeah, I try to. I don't do the away ones, but I do the home ones. I do the idents. I do the department head interviews.
Wow. You do the bed races.
Yeah, I did do that.
Those.
We
Good
both
good
did that
time.
one.
Pretty good time. That was a fun night.
It's lit.
I enjoyed that. I actually haven't seen the finished product of that. That come out good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was-
I liked it.
happened.
Tyler's a bit of a perfectionist, so I never quite get him saying it was unbelievable work by me. He's pretty modest about that stuff. But
there was one time we had a really, really good production. It was
it was one time.
it was really good. Did you ever meet Caleb?
Yes. Yes.
He was the director, and it was the high school graduation last year. It was really good.
Okay.
It was very
Crisp.
thematic.
Oh, I
Very
saw that.
thematic.
Yeah.
Thematic.
There was only one issue, and it was the color got screwed up on one of the cameras for a bit. But that's
you
it. That
let
was
the
it.
mistakes go.
You learn from your mistakes.
Okay, fine. Good lesson, Tyler. So what else is new in the Newburyport corridors? What don't I know? What don't I know is now, as Tyler told me, I'm an old man.
That's the same as it's been the past 4 years.
There's no way it's the 4
we
years.
got like a new principal. That's about it.
Okay.
Wicked energetic.
Wicked energetic.
He's nice. I like him. I do like him.
What's his name?
I don't know his first name, but his last name's Wolf.
Okay, Principal Wolf. That's
Yeah.
yes. I guess maybe I didn't know my principal's first name either.
We
trying to
knew
think.
our last one.
Mike.
Yeah,
Curran.
he retired.
Mark was mine. Never mind. I knew mine. Yeah. Interesting.
A lot of M's.
Well, it ends. Yeah, must be a principal thing.
My elementary school principal's first name was Michael, I think. Michael Jacobson?
That was your principal. First principal, you said?
Oh, I remember him.
Kindergarten.
Yeah.
Who's good. And then I don't remember my middle school.
You guys both. Have you gone to all the same schooling
Yeah.
levels? Yeah. The whole Newburyport school system thing.
Yeah, I went to the Brown School, the Knock, and Newburyport High School. And
All right, final couple minutes here. Lexi, what is the most interesting class this year? I'm curious. Who's the best teacher? Most interesting? What's
I
keeping
like
you?
Miss Williams.
Miss Williams. Good job, Miss Williams.
Yeah.
How-
Teaching movie making, basic video. Does all the
All right, so I
camera.
figured that would be up your alley. Good. What are we doing in that class right now?
Working on making a movie.
Wow.
We're like
You making your own movie?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're like we do little films before it just to get everyone accustomed with it. We're working on our second one before we jump into like the big one. She's
cool.
like having us. We wrote our script. We're just filming it now.
Wow. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Did you ever make a movie, Tyler?
I actually did that class with Mrs. Williams.
Oh, Miss Williams. You like Miss Williams too?
Yeah, I had a substitute though for half the class.
Oh.
I didn't really get to know her a lot in that class. I had Mr. Magassa, who was very nice.
Mr. Magassa.
Today.
Oh, really? Yeah, I love Mr. Magassa. And then she was good too, but she just came in at the very end because she was on maternity leave. So.
Gotcha. I was guessing that's what that was.
We filmed a lot of silly videos.
Cool. Well, that's good. What final minute? Why don't you tell everybody, both of you, how great it is to produce the show? I'm pathetic if Tyler passes it off. That is fantastic. Well done. It's because I made fun of him about New York. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Lexi, you can take it, Lexi. Tyler doesn't want to handle this question. It's
I don't either.
Oh, come on, you two.
It's fun. I like it. It's a learning experience. I wouldn't do this forever, but I do really enjoy this. I think it's fun.
I wouldn't do this forever either. My goodness. It's good. You get to meet a lot of interesting people. The shades are on. I thought this would be a nice addition. I'm in weekend mode. I've decided.
Do you?
I have to. Yeah, go ahead. You can wear it. Oh yeah, you have real glasses.
Take them off.
I've been saying it's been a long week. I think I started the show off with that. So I'm ready for the weekend. Unfortunately, I still have to go to work tomorrow, unlike you, Tyler. One more day, and then crawl into the weekend.
I'll be in transit, though, so that's kind of like work in a sense.
Driving to New York, it's a whole project in itself.
I'll be on the bus, actually.
Oh, yeah. Which one are you taking?
I'm taking the Megabus.
Been there, done it. I had a successful experience with it. I know you hear horror stories, but...
They take funny routes, though. Like, they go into Manhattan, and then they shoot out over the George Washington Bridge and go into New Jersey, and then they shoot back down to the Lincoln Tunnel.
Yeah, I don't care, but then you can go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no New York for you this weekend, Lexi? What are you doing? Plans?
I think I'm just working.
Working, yeah. That's very exciting.
It's fun.
Yeah. Sounds great. All right, well, that's our show. Thanks for being here. You guys were great. Fun. Producers as guests. Very good. I think I handled the TV okay here. I think you did well. Yeah. What a my glasses almost broke the shot. Why is he wearing glasses? We should go. We're going to go to the weekend. I should probably get off the radio. You've had enough of me, I'm sure. This has been a pleasure. Tyler Neufeld, Lexi Foley, David Kramer. Thank you all very much. Enjoy the football game tomorrow. These guys will be working. Not Tyler. Everybody else will. But enjoy the football game. Newburyport football tomorrow night right here on JOP. Have a great weekend, everybody. My name is Drew Moholland. We'll see you back here next week. Same time, same place. Goodbye now.